Hello, welcome back. Today we are unveiling my next curated collection. If you don't know what a curated collection is, don't worry, we'll explain. I'm excited about this one. It's a little different. It's a little bit more pricey than the last two. However, that's only because I think if you've been following along and you've gotten the past two collections, then there could be a way that you could actually step down your overall cost for this box. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. Let me just take a second to say hello. Welcome, April. I am so glad you can make it. April is a new subscriber and patron. And hello to Dolphin Soul, Art of Joseph Fincham, and everybody else who is watching but not yet chatting. Now, today, we're going to be giving away one of these collections. Hello, W8 Castle. Okay, and Wildflower, hello. So, if you're not familiar, I'm going to explain what a curated collection is. This is the third one that I've done, and you can easily find them. I have a playlist called Curated Collections, and you can find all the videos that go along with the previous two collections and all the videos that will come with this one. If you are a patron or a member and you're on Discord, I always post all the links to the collections and all the subsequent videos where we paint with the supplies in the box. So today we're going to be gifting one of these to someone who is watching. Now you have to be able to comment in the chat to enter. In order to do that, you have to be subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, I definitely invite you to do so. And it will take, if you're first time subscribing, it's going to take a couple minutes for it to let you into the chat. But don't worry, there's little bots. We'll take care of all of that, and you'll be able to chat along with us. So I'm saying that now so that when we get to the end and I go to draw for a winner or whoever's going to be the recipient of this gift, I will explain more in a minute, you will be able to chat, and I won't have to worry about anybody saying, but I couldn't chat, because it's just going to be whoever is here and can chat. That is how you're going to enter. So I'll be letting you know. You must be a U.S. resident, okay? A U.S. resident. And that just has to do with shipping and customs and all of that. It has to be U.S. So my apologies. I am working on something where I will be able to have a giveaway in the future where I can include everyone, regardless of where you are. Because I definitely appreciate all of you all around the world who are watching, and I want to do something special for everybody. So that'll come in the future. But today, this, because of how it is shipped, and it is shipped directly to you, it is not shipped by me. I have it shipped directly to you, and that comes from Blick. So you'll get a package from Blick, and in there will be your gift. Now we can thank Rob. Rob is a patron and member of the channel, and he has generously gifted one of these for me to give to someone who is here watching today. So, Wildflower, I will help you with that. We'll get that figured out. Jot me in the chat, Wildflower, because I haven't looked it up yet because today has been very busy. Are you a member on Patreon or a member on YouTube? Drop me that and let me know, and I will help you out. We'll get it figured out. Okay, so what I do each month is, if you follow the channel for any length of time, you know that I used to do review art subscription boxes. And one of the things that I was really frustrated with, there were a few things I was frustrated with art subscription boxes. But one of those was the fact that, one, I wanted all of my items in my box to be cohesive. I wanted them all to go together, to work together, and to work together well, and not be frustrating. And if some of you have gotten art subscription boxes before, you know that sometimes that just doesn't happen. And another thing is that art subscription boxes, we're subscribing, right? We're subscribing, and they're sending us one every month. And we are getting that without even being able to see it. We're just blindly subscribing, and they're sending us a curated box of supplies. And yes, sometimes the surprise is part of the fun. However, have you ever gotten a box like that and just thought, man, if I would have known what was coming in this month ahead of time, I would have skipped it? That kind of letdown feeling. I wanted to avoid that. And what I did, and the other thing was, how many times have you gotten an art subscription box and it's something you've already received? For example, I had just happened to notice, it came up on my feed yesterday here on YouTube while I was watching, and it was an unboxing of the current Paletful pack. Paletful packs is one that I used to get. I used to get the Premiere pack. And in that box this month, the stuff that they have, we've already received. Back when I received the boxes, I had already received it. In fact, I had already received it from Paletful packs. Yes, it was a few years ago, but I already had it. It wasn't exactly something, I still have the supplies. So it wasn't exactly something that I was enthused about or going to use up anytime soon. So my goal was to create a curated collection that you could get. I curate the supplies. I choose supplies that I think are going to work nicely together, that you can order, and then what we do is we paint with those for about a month. We'll do them live, and that way there, if you have questions or just don't know how to make some of these things work together, you can ask live in the chat right here, like everybody's live chatting right now. So that was another thing that I thought was lacking in a lot of art subscription boxes. Almost every single subscription, with the exception of one that I can think of off the top of my head, it's here's your box. Good luck, have fun. And that's it. Like, that's all you get. Here's the box. You know, some of them might give you a little brochure about the supplies, but other than that, you don't get a whole lot there. I aim to change that also, where I unveil the current curated collection, and then I give you 2 weeks so that you can order your supplies and get them in. And the links to everything are in the description below. So if you cheated and peeked ahead, you already know what's in this box. However, and for those of you going to look down, just pause, wait, hold on, time out. We're going to get there in a second. So if you, and I just lost my train of thought. It just ran away. It's been such a day. I'm realizing I forgot to take the meds this morning. So the brain is really just off the rails. The art subscription box, the supplies, they're all linked below. You can order only the supplies that you need. There's where I was going with that. So unlike other art boxes, say I already had the paper that I'm going to show you. Well, why do you need to order the paper? Or maybe you have a paper that you just really enjoy using. We used the Mead and paper in the first curated collection. Maybe you just absolutely love that paper. You don't need to get new paper if you don't want to. So you could skip that part. Also, last month I shared, we did the brushes, and the 10 round from the Strathmore Velvet Touch was our brush. If you think, I don't need another brush, or maybe you got the add-on set to go with them and you're like, I've got plenty of brushes, Angela, don't need more brushes. You don't have to order the brush. So you can customize the box and only get what you need. I do a basic collection, and then I have add-ons that I think will kind of improve or help you have more fun with what we're getting. And so you order, I unveil it this week, then you have 2 weeks to get that in. So not next week's live stream, but the week after that, we will come back together and we will start using these supplies. I usually do at least 1, if not 2 live streams where we're using the supplies. Or from the second live stream, there'll be a video. So there's multiple paintings that you can paint along with and use them and have fun. So let me just double check in chat because it's going like crazy. So I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. And then we're going to drop down to the desk and have a look at what's in this current curated collection. Hello, Catherine Marshall. I'm just trying to quickly scroll through. Hello, Teresa Martin. A new subscriber. Welcome, welcome. The second set. Kitty, you missed the second curated collection. That was a fun one. We did Snellier, but everything is in a playlist. So if you just go to the channel and look up on the playlist, you'll find Curated Collections. If you scroll down, you should see Curated Collections there and be able to find what you missed. And anybody who is a channel member or a patron, again, once you're on Discord, I have a channel just for Curated Collections where you can go in and you can see threads by the collection and find all the videos and everything listed right there, easy to find for you. And those are organized by collection. So there's that. I hope you're feeling better, Kitty. Hello, Snow. Laura Isabel Gonzalez Art, hello. Yeah, exactly. Wildflower says, and speaking of other subscription boxes, it's like buying a sealed package toy and hoping you don't get another duplicate. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Kitty's going to be learning watercolor on her own all summer. Okay, I didn't take my allergy meds this morning, guys. My face is starting to itch today. You are not alone, Joseph. I am sure there are a lot of people who have not. Okay. I'm glad you think so. I wanted something better. And I just felt that this was better. You always know what you're getting before you get it. You don't ever have to worry about skipping a collection in time before it's sent, and then maybe you needed to skip it or wanted to skip it that month and you forgot, and here it comes and now you're stuck with it. Like, yeah, I didn't want that to ever be a thing. Right? W.A. Castle says, I like getting art subscription boxes, but there's always that inevitable disappointment when the supplies either aren't cohesive or aren't a medium that you're into. And that's so true. And that was another thing for me, that there were so many that I got that I was like I was just under enthused. I was like, oh, that's great, but not really my cup of tea. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be your cup of tea. So, hi, Cadmium Red Feral Kitten, rushing in to say hello to everybody. Hello, James. All right, Wildflower says, I'm excited to see I'm excited to show you what's in the box. Oh, thank you. Joseph just dropped the link for the last curated box in the description. So if you did miss the last one, it is in the live chat. Okay. All right. Snow says that it's never gotten an art subscription box and didn't know it was a thing. There's a few different kinds. Okay. Autumn Rain, I'm not sharing your comment because it's going to spoil the surprise. Okay. So, but this should be fun. I am hoping you guys will think so. Let's go down to the desk and let's see what is in the current art subscription box. And I need this one. Yes. Okay. So I've made up my little box here, and usually all my supplies are in the box. Now these, if you got, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this, because if last month one of the add-ons was this set of 4 brushes from Princeton Velvet Touch. I've been using the Princeton Velvet Touch brushes on the channel a lot. Because I was being asked often, what would be a good watercolor brush that's not going to break the bank, right? Because you guys know I absolutely love my Silver Black Velvet brushes, but those are a little spendy. and I can respect that. These I tried, the Aqua Elites, also love them, and the Princeton Neptunes. They're lovely, but they're very soft. They are like a squirrel, so they're soft like the Silver Black Velvets are. But the Princeton Velvet Touch seem to be like that little Goldilocks brush, if you would. If you're a beginner, it's going to allow you the control. It still holds a decent amount of water. So, yeah, that's why I went with the. And they're very affordable. So last time I had this set of 4 brushes as an add-on. It is also an add-on this time because if you are growing your collection, it is definitely more cost-effective to order them in a set of 4 to get these sizes. So there is the 3/4 wash, which has the aquarelle handle, and you can use this for removing paper from a block. You can use this end for like scratching in details in watercolor. There is a bunch of different things you can do with this. So we can use it for scraping out. So there's a 3/4 inch wash. There is a 3/8 inch angle shader. You get a size 8 long round. This one has got one heck of a point. It is amazing. I love this one. And you get a size 4 round. So if you got the Curated Collection last time, that means you already have the size 10 round. This was our brush for last month. Or not last month. We've been doing them about every other month, which has seemed to be working out pretty well so far. So unless the demand comes for them to come faster, that's probably about where I'm going to stick for now, just to see how they do. So we have the size 10 round is what you would have got in the second Curated Collection. Now, if you got the first Curated Collection and you have like the whole maiden set of brushes that I did for that one, those are perfectly fine. I am going to share with you, so these are the ones that we had. The brush that I picked this time is another Princeton Velvet Touch brush, but it is not one that will be in this set. And that was something that was very important to me, was to pay attention to what I've already shared with you, so that if I'm putting out a collection and you're going, I want the current collection, and you're going to the links in the description and you're dropping them in the cart, and those are affiliate links and they don't cost you more, but by you using them though, it's helping to fund me creating the next Curated Collection. So I appreciate that when you use the links. So if you go to the description and you grab the links and you just drop the things in your cart, and then you go to check out and you're like, it comes in, you go, well, wait a minute, I already have this brush because I got this. I didn't want that to happen to you because I'd be a little frustrated if that happened to me. So I have been paying very much attention to the sizes I've already recommended for what I choose for the next box. So I hope that that is something that you all can appreciate as well. Are you ready? Are you ready to see? Okay, here we go. Our new box. Inside here, that's the only thing that would fit. The only thing that would fit in my little box was this brush. Trust me, there's more to this collection. It just wouldn't fit in my cute little box. The supplies are too big. So, as I said, in the Curated Collection, we have the size 6 round Princeton Velvet Touch brush. So there's that. For our surface, it's not a small one this time. Last time we had the Fluid 100 4x6. This time we're going to try out the Strathmore Vision watercolor paper. This is a 9x12 pad. It has 30 sheets. I like the fact that with this pad, yes, I do need a bigger box, James. With this pad, you'll notice when you get this in, the first sheet is a different color. Because this is a create your own cover. You can do whatever you want on here. You could take this off. Use this as just a piece of toned paper for something else. Whatever you choose. And then there's the regular watercolor, and I already have that marked for me to show you the colors, so I am not going to reveal that yet. But I will show you the rest of the paper. It's white. I love the texture of it. I am going to say that. I am really fussy about the texture of my cold pressed papers, especially like the cellulose papers, the pulp based paper. That's what this is. And you know it's that because when you see the price, it's a bargain, as we would say. But I have high hopes for this paper because I am hoping that it's going to work really well with what else is in the box. And that is going to bring us to these. The Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus watercolors. This is the Hydrus Set 2. Now, I have previously shared with you the Hydrus Set 1 and the Hydrus Set 3, and that's why I chose Set 2 for the collection. Now, I will try to link up here, if you're watching this on a replay, the videos to the Hydrus Set 1 and to the Hydrus Set 3 so that you can take a look at those. But don't worry, let me just get this off to get rid of the glare, because I do have all three. And there's a reason I choose Hydrus. Okay, so this is Set 1. And this is Set 3. Now, there are 36 colors. There's only 36 in the entire Hydrus line. There are... Oh, Tara, thanks for being here. And if you need to rest, rest. Because Joseph's here. He'll get us. Perfect. Thank you so much, Joseph, for sharing the links. Joseph just popped the links for the collection in the chat. Awesome. So those are the direct links for these items in the basic set. This makes up our basic set. You're going to notice there's no palette, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So your Hydrus colors. Let me kind of scoot this aside because I want to show you their color chart. Let's talk about why I picked Hydrus. So this, let's see if I can make this just a little bit bigger for you. This is from the Dr. P.H. Martin's website. These are all 36 colors in the Hydrus line. Now, about Hydrus, and this is why I picked it, because they do make others. Like, they make the Radiance liquid watercolors. Radiance are dye-based. I'm not interested. They're going to fade, and although they could be beautiful to work with, they're not my cup of tea. You might love them, and that's okay. But I wanted something that was going to be light fast. If you paint with these, you're going to be creating something. All of a sudden, you create a masterpiece. Guess what? You can sell it because it's light fast, and you're not going to have to worry about it fading. I started my watercolor journey with liquid watercolors, and they're pretty interesting. And we're going to go over some things about that and why, like, I wanted to bring these to you today. So Dr. P.H. Martin's, when we just talk about Hydrus, they currently, and this is directly, I'm bringing this to you directly from Dr. P.H. Martin's website. Okay, so I'm going to drop this for those of you who are like, want to do your own due diligence, and I definitely recommend. And I also do not like to give you information without backing it up. And maybe that's the journalist side of me, but there we go. So that is where you can find the information that I am looking at here right now. Okay. So the Dr. P.H. Martin's, they currently only publish pigment and light fast information for the Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus Fine Art watercolors. Okay. Unlike some more traditional products. And who was it? Tara said, not moderator Tara, other Tara, said, I thought these were not light fast. These are light fast. These are light fast. They only have a couple lines that claim that they are light fast, and only this line do they actually put out pigment information for. So yes, they are light fast. So unlike some more traditional products, many Dr. P.H. Martin's brand products contain multiple dyes or pigments, some 6 or more colorants. Pigment information for synchromatic, transparent, radiant concentrated, Bombay India inks, Spectralite liquid acrylics, iridescent calligraphy colors, and tech drawing inks is held as proprietary. So for any of those, they consider it proprietary information. But for Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus watercolors, it can be found below, and that's right here. So if you want to check this out for yourself or have your own copy, I did drop that link in the live chat for you to see that. So when we're looking at the Hydrus information, 1H, H being Hydrus. So from 1 to 12, that's set 1. From 13H to 24H, that is set 2. And from 25H to 36H, that is set 3. So we're going to be talking about set 2. That's the one that's in the collection today. So there you had all of the colors on the screen. And let's talk about this, Dr. P.H. Martin. So set 2 contains Hansa Yellow Deep, Yellow Ochre, Permanent Red, Cobalt Blue, Indian Red, Viridian Green, Burnt Sienna, Alizarin Crimson, Sepia or Sepia, whichever way you prefer to say it, Payne's Gray, and I don't know why it says Payne's Gray twice. That's a typo on their part, and because I took this right from their website, and Sap Green and Burnt Umber. The features of these: they are pigment based, they are acid free, they are archival grade, they are light fast, they are intermixable, so you can mix these with your regular watercolors. Your regular watercolors that you have pans and tubes, you can mix these with them. They will work just fine. They are non-clogging, they are transparent, they are not toxic, and they have the dropper tops. It says 12 or 36 colors. So there are 36 colors in the range. There are 12 colors in each of the 3 sets. And yes, you can buy them open stock. I have everything linked in the description below. So they are designed for use with brushes, airbrushes, technical pens, and dip pens. And that is going to get us in to some of our extras, our add-ons today. Okay. Are you guys excited yet? Like, are you excited? I cannot wait to use these. I love liquid watercolors. They're so much fun. I love to play with them. So, if you watched and remember, I brought to you, oh, I am playing Art Supply Jenga on my table over here beside me. Okay. I brought you the Hydra Set 1. And I used one of my Butcher Tray palettes. That's right here. Let me move that because I'm kind of blocking your view. So, right, I used one of my Butcher Tray palettes. This has the 12 colors around. Now, then I showed you, and see, I labeled it Hydra Set 1. And I do this with my palettes so that I can come back to them. All right? Joseph says, love me some dip pens. Okay, then this, you see here, Hydrus Set 3, because I almost was going to do Hydrus Set 3 in this box, and I was grabbing my palettes to have ready for the stream today, and I flipped this over to make sure this was my Hydrus Set 2 palette, and I was like, oh no, I already did Set 1 and Set 3. I was like, okay, I guess we're doing Set 2 for the box, so I switched it. Now, I will say one thing about Hydrus Set 3. It has the most, and see, I just used a plate. I just put a drop of each one all the way around. And yeah, we did a lot of mixing and used a lot of those up. But I could still re-wet these and they will work. And I will show you that. It does not matter. These are, well, except for that one I smeared. I think my hand was damp. But these are dry. Okay? I'm like, am I showing you that on screen? Yeah. So these are dry. It doesn't matter if they dry. They're still good. You can still use them. They will reactivate just like your tube paints will when you dry them down to half pans. So, I don't have a palette in the basic set. And the reason I didn't put a palette in the basic set is because if you choose to get one of these, I like to try to keep my sets that I curate around the same price as what an art subscription box would be. And those can range anywhere from like $30 to $100. But I try to keep it in between that range. So I didn't include a palette because these are a little spendy to get the set, but this is what like a box normally would cost, but you're getting all of these. Oh, in the set, let me just note, you are looking at the 1 ounce bottles. I have the 1 ounce bottles. The set I linked are the 1/2 ounce bottles. They will be the skinnier straight bottles. I meant to grab one to show you what those look like. I'm going to get one because I definitely want you to know. I don't want you to click on my link, drop that in your cart. They come in, you go, what the heck? This is not what you showed me. So let me just show you those real fast. Okay. So your 1/2 ounce size bottles, they are going to look like this. They will be round and they're plastic. This is glass. This is the one of the Radiant line. I got this in an art box. I wouldn't buy the Radiant line myself personally because they're just dye based. They're not going to be light fast. They're going to fade and I don't appreciate that. So, you know, it's fine. If you love to use them, it's fine. If I was using it in my sketchbook, it would be fine. If I create a piece of art that I love and I want to be able to sell it, not so fine. So, but this is, again, is a 1/2 ounce size, 15 ml, 1/2 ounce. So this here is the same. It is a 1/2 ounce size. So if you're getting the set that's linked below from the basic set, this is the size you will get versus this size. Okay, these are shorter, but look how much bigger they are around. It's twice as much paint. So you're getting twice as much paint. This is definitely the more economical value. Maybe that's artist math. It's going to cost you more, but if you add what it costs for 2 sets of these, it's way cheaper to get 1 set of these if that's something that you are going to like. If you already know that you like liquid watercolors, yeah, that might be the way to go. But just so that you know, in the basic set, it's the 1/2 ounce bottle. Now, the brush and the paper, you could technically choose to get those or not get those, which would reduce the overall cost of the box. If you already have brushes and paper, you'll still be able to follow along. You'll still be able to do everything that we're going to do. So the choice is yours. But the 6-inch round is very reasonably priced. And this pad for 30 sheets is definitely reasonably priced. So for that, I would recommend you can just use a plate. This is the dollar store, $1.25. You see, I did it last time with the set 3. You can absolutely just use a plate. Okay. Dolphin Soul says artist math means we don't care about the cost, we just want it. Yeah, so the other thing you could do is you could in the box upgrades, this is one of your options. If you don't want to use a plate from the dollar store, you could choose, I'm going to show you how these reactivate in a second. You could choose to get something like this ceramic palette from Meeden. I have this linked in the description. Or maybe you're like, no, my colors will run, they might touch, and I can't, you know, there's people that are like that with their food, right? Things can't touch. If you want something where you can put the colors out, but they're not going to touch each other or run and make a mess, you could get something like this little palette from Meeden. And this has 12 wells, so it could hold all 12 of your colors. They could dry down in here and still be reactivated and work just fine. And in fact, when I was done painting with it, you could mix on the lid. When you're done painting with it, let them dry out, and then you just store it and set it aside. This is linked below. It is the 12 well Meeden palette. I love that little palette. And again, if you get anything from Meeden, be sure at checkout that you use order directly from Meeden. Use the code Clark10 capital CLARK10. And that will get you a discount from Maiden on anything that you purchase from them. Anything. Not just things that I'm showing you. Okay, let me set this aside so I don't drop it and break it, because that is something I would do. It has been one of those days. Your add-ons. We have the butcher tray. This is what I used for set 1. And I think you might see me use that today. I might use the butcher tray today. And I'll label it Hydra Set 2, and then I can just kind of stack them. It'll stack with what I already have. So I'm probably going to use the butcher tray. And depending on the room, I don't know. I might use the plate because it'll fit down here and you guys can see the colors as I'm doing it. So there's that. But the butcher tray is in the description and as an add-on for a palette. And again, here's Hydra Set 1, right? I'm able to put them all around the edges. That was just like a couple drops from my dropper. And I can mix all on here. And if you want to see how this palette came to be, check out the video where I shared with you the Hydra Set 1. If you want to see, let me set this one aside. And then they'll stack, right? So I have one of these for I actually have one of these where I could use each set, and then I can just stack them like that. And they'll stack on my shelf. I have another butcher's tray. I just didn't have it at the time that I got this, but my Hydra set, I absolutely love liquid watercolors in a butcher's tray. I love using them that way. Let me show you how these will reactivate. Did I just see we have a birthday? Hold on, I've got to check the chat. The chat is going like crazy. Like the size of the Yemen blue tubes, yes. Oh, Cadmium Red Feral Kitten says, I love their Bombay line as well. The India ink. Those are also, if I'm not mistaken, that is also one of the ones that they said is a light fast line. So there's that. We're going to talk about dip pens in a minute. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You saw my mix. We mixed Yemen blue. I created the Yemen blue hue for you guys. Wow. That's, yeah, $56 US. Those are just 5 ml tubes. That is so outrageous. It's not worth it, guys. I mean, if you're a pigment collector, sure, but yeah. Okay. I am just double checking. No, the giveaway has not happened yet. It has not happened yet. Oh, I see, and it is. Okay, everybody, can you help me say happy birthday to Art and Diamonds? Happy birthday! Okay. There we go. We gotta have the party noises. All right. So no, it did not happen yet. I'm going to tell you how to enter in just a moment, and we'll start taking entries. Yeah, right. In our subscription box, it gives you the gift card. You can buy it yourself. That's hilarious. Butcher trays are really not expensive. They are really cost effective, and I have to say, you guys know, I love mixing on my ceramic palettes, but these butcher trays are they're ceramic coated. They have that same surface. I love mixing on these too. This is where I got that start, and then I was like, I need more things, and then I found, of course, the ceramic, and I've never looked back. Yes, this is metal, but this isn't metal like these are metal. It's not like that. This is nothing like the coating they put on here. I wish they would put the enamel coating on here like is on here. It's just not. Just just make sure that I'm not missing anything else. The Want Monster. The Want Monster is strong. Okay. Yeah, the drawing will be near the end. Absolutely. But you're going to be entering, and that way there I can give plenty of people time to enter. All right. Christina's catching up. I'm trying to catch up too. All right. Let me show you. I'm setting these. I'm taking this out of the big old circle because it's going to take up less room on the desk. And I'm going to do them. And this is going to drive me crazy because the way that I wrote them down was the way they were in the circle. And that is not like color order. And I'm going to want them on my palette in color order, which I didn't pre-arrange. It's going to be fun. Just stick with me. You never know what's going to happen here on a Thursday. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump to, I'm just going to go on the back. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on the back of the page because I have my page already set up so that I can swatch these colors and show you. But on the back of that, I'm going to just make that bend. Yes. I just want to show you real quick. If I wet this. So this was dry. Again, this was dry. This is from the Hydrus Set 2. Even if they're dry on your palette, right? Just a little bit of water. You've got them reactivated and you are painting again. So it does not matter if they dry out. They're not acrylic. If they dry out, they are not ruined. You can absolutely just keep going. Right? I can come back and paint with them anytime. So, there's that. All right. Like, we'll let that kind of dry off. Let's talk about some of the other, so that doesn't transfer color on my next page. The other add-ons this month. We had the Butcher Tray. And then we have, if I can remember the order I put them in, oh my goodness. There is the, just checking. Oh, so the Butcher Tray, the upgrade to the larger bottles, that was a upgrade your box. The Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And let me just say this, if you get a different set of Hydrus, it has titanium white. Please do not be fooled or think that titanium white by Hydrus is anything like Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. They are not. The Hydrus colors are transparent. Bleed Proof White, completely opaque. And as long as the layer that you are putting this on is completely dry, then it is bleed proof. If it's wet underneath, it's not bleed proof. The colors will mix. So if you don't already have it yet, Bleed Proof White is an add-on for this month. This little jar will last you a very long time, and it is wonderful. I have some little tiny, you guys hear that in there? I have some little tiny ball bearings in mine now to kind of keep it mix it up. Don't worry if your Bleed Proof White looks like it's drying out. Just take some distilled water, put a couple drops of distilled water in there, and there you go. Wildflower says, I love my Butcher Tray, but the bottom is bowed, so I can only use it for thicker mediums. All Butcher Trays are a little bowed. If you're saying what I think you're saying. So my Butcher Tray is slightly higher in the center than it is on the sides, and that lets me kind of space out my colors and put them in the sides, and they just kind of stay there, and then I just pull in, you see here, like I pull in whatever colors I want for when I'm mixing. So that's something that is normal to Butcher Trays. So yeah, if you get it, I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't think you can really tell. It's slightly, it's like slightly concave on the side, slightly convex. You know, it peaks in the center for sure. So, I find that when you're just using a little bit of the liquid watercolors, it doesn't really move. It doesn't take off and run away on you. So I don't have problems with those. No more so than you're gonna see me with this plate today, because I'm gonna use this plate, and if you can, so that you guys can see the colors. And if you see on here, the plate is very much right. It kind of peaks up in the center, but it dips to this point, and I'm just gonna put my colors right out here. So there's that. Hi, Shanna. If you guys saw on our social media lately, if you follow myself or Caution Artists at Play, we got to go paint at the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens for plein air days. That was so much fun. I had so much fun. We got to meet up and get to know each other. I'm so looking forward to doing it again. All right. We had the next add-on for this box is I did the bleed proof white. Okay, the Speedball Artist Set Dip Pen. Because these are amazing. So the artist set, the dip pen, it's either going to look something like, I've taken this out already. So you get the two holders in it and the different style nibs. Some of the nibs fit in the bigger holder and some of the nibs fit in the little holder. I'm going to be using the little holder today, or it could look like this. Packaging could be different, but the artist set is what I have linked. Those will have a variety of nibs and the two holders for you. That is in the description below, because there's Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray. I'm just going to use Payne's Gray to show you. Oh yeah, it was so much fun, Joseph. It was so much fun. It's too bad that you're not closer. You could come paint with us. All right, are you guys ready for this? Yeah, those are still drying. The only thing I can say that I'm not crazy about with the Vision watercolor pad is that this it's connected here on the spine. I like the covers where it's not connected here, it's just connected on the back, so that you can completely flip it over without rounding it or popping it off. This, however, it's not like that, in which case the first page also not going to be like that. So I'm just going to take this page out. That's what I'm going to do, and it's going to be fine. There we go. Done. Why did I include this as an add-on? Well, one, it's fun. Two, you can are there any Bridgerton fans out there? If you want to feel like you're back in that time frame, I don't know why my lights look so, the light looks so horrible on this desk today. I just ordered a new light, and I'm hoping, because the last couple weeks it has been frustrating me, and I feel like my lighting is just not, it's just not what I want it to be. You said you can hike there, but it might take a few months. Yeah, it definitely, I don't think I'd recommend that either. So an add-on. Yeah, so Wildflower asks, great question, what exactly is an add-on? These items are not in the box unless you order them separately. So I say the box. It's a collection. They're going to be in a box in the sense that you're going to click on the links in the description below, drop them in your cart at Blick. You're going to cash out and order, and Blick's going to send them to you, and they'll be in a box. But my basic collection is just the paint, the brush, the surface. The add-ons are things that you might choose to add onto your order to build out your collection for the month. Okay, so on my screen, the lighting looks a little dimmer than usual. Yeah, that's how I feel too when I'm looking at up here at these colors. I've changed nothing in the studio other than the time of year and where the sun's located. So I don't know, but I do have a new, because like I'm getting a shadow from my main light, and I don't know if maybe I don't know. I don't know. But I do have a new one coming, so hopefully I will have that set up by next week, and that will be back to normal and improved. Um, like I said, Bridgerton, right? Back in the days where we would, I'm just kind of tapping this so I don't get watercolor everywhere, and I'm going to set this just off the, off the side for now. A dip pen. For those of you who haven't used a dip pen before, you take the pen, you dip it. I'm trying to see if I get it into my... One of the things you can use this for, and I haven't like done anything to this nib. This may not work very well. I haven't washed it off. Ah, isn't that wonderful? Hello. These are watercolors. You could sketch with your dip pen and your watercolor, right? You could, apparently I'm dropping it on my palette. I'm like, can I see where my color is? There. So let's just say I am right. I'm doing a little sketch, and I want that to be, where's my brush? Here's my 6 round. Right, and this is not watercolor paper. So that I could take and just do a sketch and then come back and I can activate that. If I plan for the colors I'm going to be using in my painting, I could easily sketch it out with a color that would just disappear. And then I wouldn't have to worry about my lines. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly it. There we go. Okay, so we have some confusion. Yep, let me just definitely, I mean, thanks Shanna for sharing that, because a curated collection is basically me picking a selection of art supplies that I know are going to work very well together for you. I put the links in the description. You go to the description, you decide which parts you would like to have, and you click on those links. When you click on those links, you can click add to cart. And then once you have everything in your cart, I make everything be from the same location. So it is Blick. These things are linked to Blick. You would just drop them in your cart, and then when you check out, you will pay Blick. Blick will send them to you. I don't actually send these things to you. I just curate the supply, the collection of supplies. But you actually will click the links in the description below, and I have it all listed by the basic collection or the basic box and upgrade, upgrade your collection. And I have those items listed there. Some of the extras that I've talked about, like the meet-in palettes, that kind of stuff, I have listed because I spoke about it, but it clearly will say supplies used in the video, and it'll say basic box and upgrade your box. And so you're just going to click on the links for the items that you want, put those in your cart, check out with Blick. You pay Blick, you don't pay me. I don't collect your information. I don't, then have a list of all of you that order these boxes and sell other things to you. It's not like that. It is not like your standard art supply subscription company. I'm just curating a set of art supplies that I think you would enjoy using. So I hope that kind of cleared that up a little bit as far as what exactly this is. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, James says I was confused the first time too. So I hope that kind of helped everybody understand what exactly this is. Now let's talk about your dip pen. When you, let me grab my meat and wash bowl here. When you're done, see that watercolor? Just comes right out. There we go. And that is all clean. I can go into another color, whatever you want. So I did include those because I thought those would be fun for some of you to use. And you can sketch with watercolor. You can, they're just fun. I enjoy using dip pens. And you can also do, I don't have glass ones, but like I do have glass ones. I don't have glass ones linked in the description, but if you have a glass dip pen, you could absolutely, as long as that fit in the bottle, and I'm pretty sure those will. Yeah, those would fit down in the bottle. You could use those as well if you have them and you prefer glass ones. There's like all different kinds. Like I have this one. This is one of my favorites. It's Takakawa. And that one, because it has the little grippy nub there. I like using that one. But sometimes I like to sketch with the watercolor because then it just kind of disappears in with my watercolor. That is true. That is absolutely true. And that is why I wanted to do the curated collections. So let me just share that, right? Because you might already have some of the things that I share, in which case you could follow along with the curated collection and only buy what you need. So there you go. My allergies are going crazy. This is Payne's Gray because that was the one I used. So I am going to actually just swatch that since I got it here on my palette. Ready? Let's see. So I'm using the size 6 round Velvet Touch, which is the brush. And it's funny because this was one of the first, it cracks me up. I meant to grab them to show you guys. You ready? Look at how those take off. If you like watercolors that take off in water, these kind of do that. This is the Payne's Gray. It is very, this is blue. It to me it looks more like an indigo versus a Payne's Gray. It's very, very blue. Very blue. A little goes a very long way with liquid watercolor. A very long way. So in the Payne's Gray, we have PBK 7, PB 15, PR 170, PR 269. That is a lot. That's one thing I will say about this set is I found that a lot of colors, like, let's not even get me started on burnt sienna. I just don't even get it. I don't understand why. But we'll get there. We're going to get there in a moment. Okay. Yeah, right? Just double checking chat. There you go, Dylan. and you can paint along with us. Okay. Let's talk about how you can enter, because we are halfway through and we need to get some entries going. I use, let me just turn this on here. I believe, oh, I didn't realize I have 2 of them. Phew. I was like, oh, let me pick the right one. They're showing 2 screen shares. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know what the other screen share is. Okay, let me just delete that so I can't pick it by mistake. All right. So I use wheelofnames.com. What you need to do to enter for a gifted collection, you're going to get the Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus set 2. You're going to get the Strathmore Vision watercolor pad, and you are going to get the size 6 round Princeton Velvet Touch brush. All you have to do is be a U.S. resident, drop in the chat, please enter me for the gift. There you go. Please enter me for the gift, and let me know the state that you are from. So not any other, just your state, and please enter me. That'll be better, because that's even shorter. So your state, and please enter me. When I see that, and I'm going to have Tara and Joseph try to help me make sure that I'm not missing anybody. If you are some of the regulars are here, they'll also yell at me if I haven't put your name, but your name will appear right here in this box. So if you tell me your state and please enter me, you will see. All right, thank you. We have, you're gonna see me put it in there as soon as, and I'm going to be entering your screen names. Okay, so I know Cadmium Red Feral Kitten, but I did mention earlier, I don't think you were here yet, that I am hoping I can do a giveaway in the near future that will be, I can send to everybody. It just has to do with the shipping. But if I can do something that's easy for me to ship, where I don't have to deal with crazy stuff with customs and stuff like that, that'll be better. All right, everybody, we got everybody coming in. So Heather, Bryant, Teresa, Martin, Kitty, Wildflower, Autumn. Autumn, what state are you from? Of course, I can't miss you. Oh, sorry, April. April says the first time I'm sad to be Canadian. Oh my goodness. James. GSR. So you'll see your name is coming up on our wheel. If you have asked me to enter you and you don't see your name on the wheel, just let me know. No, because I don't ship it. So Cadmium Red Feral Kitten, I don't ship it. So I had issues with that last time, because I did try to allow that once and it was a mess. So yeah, I can't do it that way. As far as, you know, being willing to pay the shipping on it for me to ship out of country. Let me see. See, Phoenix, what state are you in? Utah. Okay. Oh my goodness. How could I miss you, Dolphin Soul? I have no idea. I don't know how I did that. Okay, and Autumn Rain says Utah also. All right, as we see the names up there right now, did I miss anybody? Have I missed you? Before we continue, please let me know. We will be doing the drawing later, but okay, there we go. Okay, so you can still ask to be entered if you haven't been entered already. Caution says this is always so much fun. I love doing it this way because you guys get to see it live. If I wish I could include Starving Artist Collective, otherwise known as Cadmium Redfield Kitten here. Rob may be in the house later. That's why I'm saving this, because Rob has sponsored today's gift, and so I'm definitely saving this for later because he is going to try to be in later on before the stream's over. So hopefully he can be. So, yeah. We want applause. All right. I read that as a game announcer. All right. I am going to shut this off for now so we can get back to the goodies, and then we will come back and do this. Yeah, Rob's the best. All right, ready? Let's look at these colors. Hansa Yellow Deep, and I did tell you guys last week that I wanted to get back to painting. Now, see how that's just a tiny little drop. Okay, just a tiny drop. So this is Hansa Yellow Deep. I'm going to put these back in the case as I do them. So that is the... I'm going to grab... Where's my 10 round from last time? Actually, no. Actually not. Now I need to hang that because I got it wet. Yeah, where's Vanna? We're going to spin the wheel. Where is Vanna? Okay. So I'm grabbing the 3/4 inch wash brush from the add-on set, just to put this water down so that you guys can see how these colors will move and act in the water. So Hansa Yellow Deep is PY3 PR 188. It has quite the orange look, but when we dilute that out, we can get a nice warm yellow. There we go. And I don't know why that's looking like that. Oh, and sometimes I have noticed that sometimes if your dropper is not working, so if you get these and the dropper's not working, you want to just put something in the end of the dropper. It just needs to be cleaned. It's just a little clogged. That's all. Right, there we go. Let's see that drop. That was a little bit bigger drop. I'm not liking the way that that was looking. It shouldn't be. It should be a little different. This is very concentrated. Oh, thank you, D-Lynn. D-Lynn gave us a super chat and says, thanks, Angela, for all you do for your viewers. Well, thank you, D-Lynn. I appreciate that. And here he is. We don't mind. We're glad that you're here. Let me just pop it up on the screen, Rob, so that you can see. We have quite a few people entered into the giveaway. There we go. Quite a few people entered into the giveaway already, and Rob is definitely sponsoring this gift. If you haven't entered, you have to be a U.S. resident, and I need your state. All you have to do in the live chat is type your state and enter me. So wherever you're from, and enter me, and I will enter you into the drawing, and you will see your name pop up on the little wheel there. So I'm going to try to catch those as they come in. But if I miss something, please, somebody just holler at me in the live chat, because I will make sure that I have a last call and that I have gotten everybody before we actually do the drawing. All right, so our next color is yellow ochre, and yellow ochre is PY42. So there's a drop there. That's all we need. All we need is a drop. A drop goes a long way. Ooh, what, our spot? Yeah, Dylan says she is not entering because she already has these. Very ochre. PY42 is what we... PY42, sometimes PY43 is what we will see for yellow ochre. And you see how that, when we really pull that out nice and light, gets like some nice beach sand. I love beach sand. Hello, Ian Jackson. Like, I know I just missed somebody else too that popped in and said hello. Christy Riley, hello. Oh, I'm like, oh no, I am missing the chat going crazy because Rob has just gifted memberships again. Okay. Oh, and that helped me catch Wendy. Whoops. Wendy, you have been entered. You will see your name pop up on the wheel next time I show it. Thank you so much, Rob. So let's just go through real quick and welcome everybody. Welcome Autumn and April and Dylan. Just keep going. Make sure I catch everybody. If you've been gifted a membership and you have Discord, do make sure that your Discord is connected to this YouTube account, and you will automatically... It truly doesn't. I am definitely blessed. We are all blessed to have Rob in our little art family here. And welcome. Christy. So yeah, just spreading some joy. Okay. I think I got everybody. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. This is actually linked in the description below. So if you don't know how to allow gifted memberships to the channel and you're like, hey, I want to be able to, receive something like that in the future if it happens again, you can just go right in the description, click on that link, and that'll take you right to where you can say, I would like to accept gifted memberships. You don't have to worry about a gifted membership where if I allow a gifted membership, is it going to cost me anything? Do I have to remember to cancel it once I have it? Is it then going to try to charge me? No. If you're gifted a membership, it's exactly that. It is a gift. It lasts for 30 days. And if you do not choose to continue your membership after that point, it goes away. So you have to remember, if you're enjoying all the fun and joining us on Discord and loving all the things that come with your membership that you have to actually remember to ask it to continue and sign up for that with YouTube. Otherwise, you don't have to do anything and it just goes away. But we love to have you. And we'd love to have you stick around with us. Okay. Well, I guess some more entries. Let me get Jennifer S. on the board. We'll go back to showing you these colors. From West Virginia, you are entered. Thank you, Joseph. Oh, sorry to hear that, Ian, but I love that you're getting into watercolors. Sorry, that's the reason that brought you to them. Oh, Christina, let me get that one done. I have you entered, Christina. Okay. All right. You guys are all talking about a heat wave. I don't want it. You guys, please keep it. Keep it wherever it is. I don't want it. I do not like the heat. My body does not like the heat. It is no, thank you. Let's go on. The next one is Permanent Red. It is PR 188, PR 170. It is Light Fast 1. Both of these are Light Fast 1. So that is like excellent. And if you're new here and you're going, PR, what the heck are you talking about? PR, P is pigment. And you'll hear me say PY, PR, PG, PV. So P is for pigment. The second letter that I say is for the color. So red, yellow, violet, blue, etc. Brown would be BR. Black would be BK. You will hear me say those things referring to the pigments. And then the number is the actual number of the pigment. So next up we have Permanent Red. And again, Permanent Red is PR 188, PR 170, and the Light Fast is 1. So it is also excellent. Look at that one. That one wants to move. I would say this is going to be the warmer red of the reds that are in here. Oh yeah, I definitely belong in Maine too. Shanna says, yeah, I'm not made for the heat. Oh, my chat just jumped like crazy. I'm not made for the heat. I definitely belong in Maine. Me too. Me too. Okay, next up we have Cobalt Blue. Now, some of these, I just don't understand why Dr. P.H. Martins do the things that they do. If you saw the video where I shared with you set 1, which I will not go into in much great detail, you can watch it and hear all about it if you want to. It's here on the channel. But Cobalt Blue. Why didn't we just use Cobalt Blue pigment? Like, I don't understand. I don't know. They're ultramarine. That was in set number 1. And it was like ultramarine, but yet it was not PB29. It was PB15, which is phthalo, and another, a red pigment. Or a violet. And I'm like, why? Like, why? Why didn't we just use PB29? But I digress. I won't go there with you guys again. So Cobalt Blue is PB15, PG7, PV19. And it is a Light Fast of 1. Look at that take off, and that is courtesy of those 2 phthalo pigments, being the PG7 and the PB15. I get a little bit more water in here. Like, let's just get this moving. These can get very, like, see how darker? These can get very... They're very concentrated. And so your mass tone is going to be, right, your color right from the dropper, right, without water. Unfortunately, Wildflower, I wish. Rob and I have had that conversation a few times. You can gift memberships on YouTube, but unfortunately, you can't choose who gets them. YouTube chooses. So, yeah, I wish YouTube would let us, because it would be so nice just to be able to click on somebody's name and say, gift them a membership, and be able to do that one-on-one. I wish they would do it, but as of right now, they don't yet. Rob says she's nerding again. Yes, exactly. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Oh, Ian Jackson says you were an aerial photographer. Ooh. Now, obviously that was for the Royal Air Force, so I don't know about reference photo pictures that you have that you would be able to work from, but wouldn't that be great? Yeah, Wildflower. It's one of those things that you YouTube hands them out. You don't get to pick, unfortunately. It would be nice to be able to choose, like to be able to choose to randomly gift them, like Rob does, or to actually be able to choose to click on someone and say, I want to gift this person a membership because, you know, I enjoy hanging out with them. I want to hang out with them some more, and I just want to do something nice for somebody else. I wish that they would let you. Unfortunately, they don't. All right. These are going to make me crazy because they're not like in color order on my plate, but I'm just doing one little drop. It's fine. There's enough in here. If I decide I want to wash this off and start all again, I totally could. Okay. So they have on the bottles, there were a couple of mine that didn't. I think the blue was missing and there's one other, but they put the pigment information right here on the bottle. It was missing on 2 of mine. But I was able to get it from that paper that I shared with you, the link that I shared earlier in the live chat, where you can find all of the Pigment and Life Fast information right on Dr. P.H. Martin's website. This is a printout directly from the website. So you can get all of that if you want to know more. So this is the Indian Red. Indian Red is PR 179. PR 179, for those of you who have been hanging out for a while, and that might be starting to sound familiar, that's a perline color. And I can't wait to see what it looks like. Perline Maroon is made of PR 179. So that is something that you might... Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Now, this looks more brown to me here, but when I put that into that wash, oh, there it is. Yeah. This looks very much like your perline maroons. Look at it moving. It's just taken off. Let's get that kind of washed out there. So I did say that I wanted to paint with you guys this week. That's what we said last week. Rob says I should have locked up Gossamer. If any of you don't know who he's talking about, Gossamer is the name of the monster in Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes, the big red monster, and that Bugs Bunny teases and shows on the people in the audience, and he like goes running through all the walls as he runs away. Yeah, that's Gossamer. So I always use Gossamer whenever I'm like about to tell them something, like on Discord or something. I'm like, you better lock up, or I'm unlocking the want monsters, and it shows like the little mad scientist guy go over and unlock the door, and it opens up and there's Gossamer ready to come out. Because I said Gossamer, which I could never remember, but now I always will remember because it is our want monster, and I don't call him Gossamer, I call him Got Some More, because we got some more art supplies when he comes out. It takes over. Yeah. So, anyways. Oh, James, I am glad that you think so. If you guys are, anybody who's been gifted a membership today, that comes with access to Discord. So if you are connected, if you already use Discord, you just have to make sure, go into your settings on Discord, and you're going to go down to connections. And once you click on connections, you will select, you'll see YouTube there. There's quite a few other apps that you can connect to Discord automatically. But you will select YouTube, and then you'll just log in with whatever YouTube account or whatever Gmail account, Google account, if you would, that you got your gifted membership on. And that will automatically, there's a little bot, and all his job is to get you into the Discord server, and it'll happen within the day. It'll happen. Rob asked, let me just share if I've missed anybody, if anybody else has asked to be entered. Remember, it's your state, because you have to be a resident of the US. So it's your state, and your Rob is keeping me busy today. Oh my goodness. Now that's going to make me jump. I'm not going to be able to find his comment. Oh my goodness. Rob asked if these are liquid watercolor or ink, and the answer is they are liquid watercolors. They are pigment based, and the Viridian Green that I just did was PY 3 PG 7. It is a light fast of 1. These are pigment based, so these are the pigments. It is the only Dr. P.H. Martin's brand where they actually give pigment information. Everything else they consider proprietary, and they do not share what's in them. They are also one of the few that are actually light fast. So, can I take a moment to thank Rob yet again, because he has done it once again. 20 more gifted memberships from Rob. So welcome to all. Oh yes, Dolphin Soul says, I'm excited about bingo too. I'll share that. Please remind me to share that later. Welcome. Let me just get through here. I almost read that Michelle S. Gossamer. It's only because we were just talking about it, so my apologies. Let's see. If you're seeing your name pop up on the screen and you're watching this on a replay, if you're not here currently while we are live, you've been gifted a membership, and welcome. Be sure to connect your YouTube account to your Discord if you use Discord, and come join us over there. You have all kinds of benefits by getting access to Discord for just being a superfan. Superfan is our lowest priced membership. It is only $2.99 for the month, and you get that little badge by your name. You get access to all of the custom emotes for the channel, and you get Discord, where you get everything behind the scenes that's happening. And I am most active on Discord. If you want to be able to connect with me, Discord is definitely the place for that to happen. Yeah, he is. Absolutely. I think I got everybody. I think. So, okay, well, Rob says, sorry, I meant to do 20 earlier. Well, you could have just done 10 again, but instead he does 20 that time, and wow. So, thank you, Rob. All right. Yeah, Dolphin Soul, have you not? Dolphin Soul has access to Discord because Dolphin Soul is a patron, so, but yeah, Dolphin Soul, click on that link. Allow gifted memberships. Why not? Then you'll get all the YouTube benefits too. All right, I'm just double checking. To make sure I'm not missing anybody who wants to be entered. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay. All right. So, Dolphin Soul says, not a branded account. Yeah, if you're a branded account, it won't let you accept gifted memberships. It has to be on just your regular personal account. Which apparently, like, I've done that with my own accounts. Like, Clark Fine Art is a branded account. But then I have Clark Fine Art that's not branded. It's I confused myself somehow. All right, next up we have Burnt Sienna. And Burnt Sienna, Burnt Sienna. Did we go PR 101? No. Did we go PBR 7? No. We went the whole alphabet. PY 83, PR 269, PR 170, PV 19, and PB 15. Why so many to make this brown? I have no clue, but let's see what it looks like. Ooh, look at it take off. Ooh, well, that says, hello, how are ya? I'm not PB7, I'm not PR 101. Oh, but I am fabulous. Look at that. Yes, we get excitement. We get excited here about pigments and watercolors. So when we do give this gift away today, the sooner you contact me, like I'm ready to send it to you as soon as this stream is ended. So depending on how fast you contact me will depend on how fast that order goes in and it's on its way to you. Next up we have Alizarin Crimson, and it's like Burnt Sienna's cousin here apparently with all the things. They're like the special children of the group. I don't think I've seen in either of the other two sets any colors that have quite so much as these two. Why? I don't know. Like in Alizarin Crimson, we have PY83, PR 170, PR 269, and PR 122. Why couldn't we have just used PR 122 and called it a day? Because I'm pretty sure there are other brands that just use PR 122 as their Alizarin Crimson. And this one is a light fast of 2. Burnt Sienna is also confused, and they're like, it's a light fast 1 to 2. So it's kind of 1, it's kind of 2. It's kind of in between. What does that mean? 75 years? I don't know. I don't know. But they're calling it a 1 to 2. The Alizarin Crimson is... I almost grabbed the wrong one. The Alizarin Crimson is light fast of 2. One of just a few colors. That one likes to take off also. One of just a few colors where it is light fast of 2. Most of the line is a light fast 1. It is excellent. But even still, light fast 2, only you can decide if that was, you know, what you want to use. Okay. No, thanks, Dolphin Soul. I am. He said your sock puppet accounts. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Next up we have... we've only got a couple left. We only have a couple left. I can put the paint spray away so I don't... that one's right there. So I don't forget and try to do it twice. Sepia. Do you guys say sepia with a long E or sepia with a short E? Long or short? I guess it just depends on the mood because sometimes I say it either way. And again, sepia. Sepia. You could have used PBR 7 and it is just PBR 7. Okay, disregard. It's only a single pigment. I'm just going to be quiet now. But normally sepia would be the one, like Burnt Sienna would be PBR 7, then sepia would be like PBR 7 plus a PBK whatever, a pigment black. But nope, not here. It is just PBR 7. Ooh, look at that. It has a very green. I immediately saw like this green tone to it. Not that it is green leaning, but you know. Joseph says, I prefer sepia. Right? Did I say that right? Yeah, I'm going to sing sepia. You said EH. Sepia. Look at that. All right, we already saw Payne's Gray. And then we'll have Sap Green, which is PY3 PB15. Sap Green. The Burnt Umber looks... I don't have a Burnt Umber. I have a Burnt Sienna. Which is... Yeah, Dylan says... The Burnt Umber looks more red than usual. It's a Burnt Sienna, so that might be why it's looking a little bit more red. But I am definitely seeing the red here. Like, this is doing this kind of granulating thing on here. The Indian Red had a little bit too. That one looks interesting. This paper is so smooth though. For a cold press paper, I mean, it's not really hot. Doesn't really feel as smooth as hot press, but it is not as textured as most of your cold press papers. So there's that. Then I have that. All right, this is going to be all out of whack because that should have been closer to that side, but it is what it is. We have our Sap Green. Just gonna put here and hope it doesn't take off on me. There we go. I'll show you these up close afterwards. There's some really interesting looks to some of these. And the Cobalt Blue, actually I'm seeing some granulation, which I would expect from a Cobalt, but I don't know where it's coming from. Unless it's just this paper, but I'm not seeing it in all the colors. So, interesting. All right, Sap Green. I'm going to check the comments again. Ooh, look at that yellow. That PY3 is just like taking off from underneath here. It's like the green is staying green. I'm not seeing the PB15. Like, I'm not seeing the blue separate out, but I'm definitely seeing the yellow take off. See how that gets very yellow green? Yeah, it might just be this paper, which is interesting. I will have to grab some of my colors that I know absolutely do not granulate and try them on this paper and see. Is it the paper? Is it the colors? All right, we have one more color. That is Burnt Umber. Here we go. Burnt Umber is another special one. So Burnt Umber is PV83, PV19, PV15, PR170, and PR269. Anybody want to yell out bingo? I do. After all of that, speaking of bingo, if you are a member, I'm hoping we're getting it in June. The day I was going to do it, I have something else going on, so I am still trying to lock down the date that the day we're going to do it. I'm going to be playing bingo with. Ooh, look at that! Look at that taking off. I'm going to be playing bingo with channel members and patrons. There will be details. I will post all the details on the community tab directly for you guys, so it will alert you when I put out that information. It is going to be via Zoom. I am going to be handing out gifts during that time. So yeah, it's just like a patron member appreciation thing that I'm doing, because I absolutely appreciate you guys. Look at that. So there's that Burnt Umber. That's really pretty. I'm like, Burnt Sienna, I'm a little underwhelmed with. I'm liking that Burnt Umber. Looks more like a Burnt Sienna to me. Let's go back. Can I go back to... That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be this. this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's just get another look. There we go. All right, it's darker. To me, I didn't get them wrong. This says burnt umber. Yeah, to me, I'm looking at the burnt sienna going, that looks kind of like a burnt umber to me. And I'm looking at my burnt umber thinking that looks a little bit more burnt sienna like. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Okay, so if you guys like to play bingo, yeah, you let me know. And Wildflower, we will make sure. That's bingo. Oh my gosh, you did not have to do that. You did not have to do that, Shanna. I said no. And she was like, thanks for the super chat. Gas money for our next adventure. Okay, it's for our next adventure. I was gonna say, hold on a minute, because I said I didn't need gas money from the last one because I was going right past her. So okay, gas money for our next adventure, yes. Deal. All right, thank you so much. All right. We have them there. I need to mark this so you guys will see. I'm going to take my Meeden masking tape and I'm just going to grab this Tombow Mono Twin is sitting here. I love this pen. It's like a dual-sided pen. So this is Hydrus. It has like the fine nib like that on one end, and it has the chunkier bullet nib. This is set 2. Because, once these dry, I'm not going to remember what's what. And I can absolutely use all of these colors still. So that I actually will move to the bottom of the plate later once it's dry and I can flip that over. I wouldn't recommend doing it right now. So yeah, it's just a Tombow Mono Twin for those who might be wondering because I used it. I don't have a link below though, but let me just catch up on chat. And if you are not yet entered, and you want to be entered into the giveaway, let me pop this back up again on screen. This is who I have. If you see your name on the wheel, you are all set. You are entered. If you do not see your name on the wheel and you are a U.S. resident and you want to be entered, please drop me your state and say enter me. And I will add your name and it will be there for the drawing. We're going to do that in just a few minutes. Oh, that's awful. The time to be up. Oh, thank you so much, Wildflower. All right, there it goes. I just saw other people throwing on money, so I am too. Well, thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Everybody. That is wonderful. All right. Big round of applause. Thank you all. Thank you all for that. Everybody who has done super chat today. Rob for the gifted memberships. You guys are wonderful. Just checking in, making sure that I didn't miss anybody's comment, because you know what? I did miss somebody's comment last week, and I'm going to take a few minutes to answer that this week because I wish I would have caught it last week. It's definitely something that I think, Rob says, I think your bottles got mislabeled. I don't know, but I would use them interchangeably. So it's fine for me talking about the burnt sienna, burnt umber. Wildflower says, I'm trying to figure out the difference between Payne's Gray and Jane's Gray. They look identical. It's going to be the pigments that are in them. That is the answer. It is going to be the pigments that are contained in them. So if you look at what the pigments are, one of those is different. They may look very similar, but there are different pigments between them. Okay. I think I've gotten Oh, yeah, Wildflower says they are all just gray. Nope, they're not. They're different. They are different, and I understand how that can get confusing because there's so many grays out there. And Wildflower, we definitely need to get you connected to Discord. So, yeah, I had asked before, but I don't know if I saw it. Well, actually, you were gifted a superfan membership. You said you connected your when you messaged me or commented on one of my community posts earlier that you connected your Discord and your YouTube. So it should automatically be put in there. Otherwise, I was asking where you were a member. So I didn't see that if you were a member on Patreon or a member on YouTube. Okay. I think I have. I'm coming back down. Yeah, grays do. They have different temperatures. They're going to have different colors in them. That's way too early to get up, Shanna. Way too early. Let's see. Just making sure. I need my. Oh, I don't have a macaw. Not anymore. Actually, I used to have a macaw. I have a sun conure. Kevin and Red Falcon says you need your macaw in the room for chat treats. Yeah. So I could have my sun conure, and once I get to my art space that's downstairs, I don't know if I'll stream from there because if she gets chatty, she's annoying and she is loud. So sometimes you guys hear her up here. And she's at the bottom of my stairs. She's like literally right below where I'm sitting. That's where her cage is. But you guys can hear her like on the next floor up and my door's closed. And you guys are hearing her. I don't know that you'd want to hear that much from her. So yeah. Let's see. Love it. Temperature. All right, I think I am also almost there. Great question. No, there isn't. With an exception. There isn't, but there is. So if you are a member on YouTube or a member on Patreon, for the community tier, creator tier, studio tier, those have the same extra benefits added to them. If you are on YouTube, though, you'll see that the costs are slightly different because on YouTube, there's all these superfan benefits added in as well. I can't add those to patrons. So in order for patrons to get all of the exact same benefits, they would have to be a patron of the either community, creator, or superfan tier and pick up the superfan, let me start again. So for patrons, they would have to be a member of the community, creator, or studio membership. And to get all the same benefits, they would also on YouTube have to pick up the studio, or the superfan, the superfan, which is the lowest tier on YouTube. But to have all of the benefits that YouTube allows and that, the stuff with Patreon, they would have to add those. So you'll see if you looked at like the creator tier, the community tier, or the studio tier, you will see that there's like a slightly higher cost on YouTube. And that's because it also includes all of the benefits of all the tiers below it, including Superfan. And in order for patrons to get the same exact thing, they also would have to be a Superfan. And so I felt that by having those set like that, it gave everybody the opportunity to get everything exactly as they wanted, whether they wanted to use Patreon or YouTube. So it's a matter of preference. But I hope that answered your question. All of your extra benefits as you move up in tiers are the same. So Wildflower says, I bought a membership here on YouTube. Okay. No Bruins allowed. I don't know what we're talking about there, but the Bruins are always allowed. You talking about Tuca? my bird is named after a hockey player, or a retired hockey player now. Okay. We can help you with how to use Discord, Wildflower. That's really easy once you get started, and you'll get used to it. So yeah. Yeah, it's a chat like this, Rob says. Yes. We'll get you there. Yeah. So if they're connected and you've connected it correctly, Wildflower, YouTube is going to now that I see that little icon next to your name in the chat, YouTube is going to automatically put you into the Discord server, so you don't have to worry. When are we going to spin to win? We are going to spin to win in just a moment. I just want to make sure that I have everything set up. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so Kitty says, I prefer the easiest route. It is. And I just did that because there might be some people that prefer Patreon over YouTube membership. And at the time that I started my Patreon, I wasn't eligible for memberships here on YouTube. So when I became eligible for memberships on YouTube, I went ahead and I wanted to keep everything the same, but just give people that path, because some people would prefer to just use YouTube versus another platform over on Patreon. So yes, I post everything in both places, and all the benefits are there in both places. So I hope you'll join us. We look forward to having you. Let's see. Oh, we are having a time, aren't we, Wildflower? I'm gonna make sure. Is there an email address? Yeah. Well, you can just message me directly through Wildflower. Do you use Instagram or Facebook? If you do, you can message me directly through my Instagram account. I am at Clark_Fine Art. Or on YouTube, I am, on Facebook, I'm at, so facebook.com/ClarkFineArt, and you can message me directly through my Facebook page too. So those are just two alternate ways. And speaking of ways to contact me, so last call, anybody else that is not listed in our little spinner here, if you are not on our spinner here, now's your chance. Last call for names. If you don't see your name up there, you are not entered. So let me know. I need your state. It's U.S. residents only, so I need your state, and please enter me, and I will pop your name in here, and then we are going to do this giveaway. And I promise, next week, we are painting together. We are painting something. Now, we will be back in 2 weeks for this, where we will be painting with these. So if you get this curated collection, I'm giving you that time for you to place your order, get your supplies in, and then we're going to get together live and paint with them together. I will have a reference photo for you, so that you can, transfer your image or anything that you need to do, have it on your screen so you can look at it, and we are going to paint along together. So that's in 2 weeks for the Hydra set 2. But next week, I have something special going on, and I hope that you guys are going to come back and join me next week, because I have another giveaway. Don't get used to this. It's not going to happen like every week, but next week I have another giveaway. I am so super excited about it. I can't wait to share that with you. It is going to be very exciting, and unfortunately, I apologize in advance. It is U.S. residents. Yeah. It's probably going to be U.S. residents only, just because it'll be customs involved and things. I am actually shipping out the next one myself, so there's a whole thing. But stay tuned next week, because we are doing another giveaway, and it is going to be exciting. And guess what? It is not liquid watercolor or tube watercolor or pan watercolors. It is water soluble. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Do we have any more? Any more? Yes, thank you, Rob. I said that last time. I was like, oh, I forgot to shuffle my names because, however the order was that was put in, like I wanted to shuffle them before I spun and I forgot. And I was like, Rob, remind me. So thank you, Rob. All right. Okay, I'm not seeing any more requests. So without further ado, let me come over here. Oops, I lost my mouse there. All right, and we are going to shuffle these up. You see the wheels are changing. Are you ready? Rob says I am totally ordering the PH Martins. There's only 36 colors in the entire set. I have all 36, of course I do. Full set syndrome, sorry. But they're great. These take me back to my roots with watercolor because I saw, oh, Sydney H says, please add me. Oh, you are just in time, Sydney. I was just about to do that. So Sydney, what state are you hailing from? We need that. I just need to see your state and then we are good to go. There's a little bit of a delay here, so. Snow asks, is Dr. P.H. Martin's white better than using white gouache? Okay. You have said something, and I'm just waiting to see Sydney H's state because I need to verify that you are in the U.S., that you are a U.S. resident. So drop us your state. And so I will answer Snow's question while we are waiting for Arkansas. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I just see that. Arkansas. All right. So, Snow, you asked, is P.H. Martin white better than gouache white? If we're talking Dr. P.H. Martin's, the white that's in, did you say bleed proof or did you just say white? You said white. So, Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus line has a titanium white. That is not like gouache. It is transparent. It's not, I've done a video showing the entire set one of Hydrus. So again, on replays, I'll try to link that. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to try to make sure those were linked for you, with a card for you to go check them out if you haven't seen them. However, the Hydrus white, no, gouache is better. The Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white, it's going to act just like your gouache does. So it's going to be a matter of preference there. So I hope that answers that question, Snow. As long as your under layers are dry, then this white will be bleed proof. If your under layers are wet and you add this on top, it's not going to be bleed proof. And let me just take this. I'm going to take this off for one moment so that I can share. This is a last chance for any of you to get in on this. I need your state and enter me. As soon as I'm done showing this to Snow, we are going. So here's our Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white. I guess I'm dried in the cap, so I'm getting white everywhere. But if we look at, let's just take this, like some of our darker colors. I can come over here over the Payne's Gray, over this Indian Red, right? It is very opaque, very opaque. And it's a cool white, in my opinion. Sometimes when I need to bring back a white highlight and I have white of the paper showing and I need to use this, depending on the tone of the paper, that might not look like a natural white of the paper. It may look a little cooler, but you can see there. And let's just look. See our alizarin crimson? You see that like almost granulating look that I was talking about here with our burnt sienna. Whoop, a little close. There we go. So we're seeing a little bit. Let me just go through those colors. Is everybody ready? Sydney told me what state. It was Arkansas. So we have Sydney State. We are all set to go there. Sydney just joined, just became a subscriber, and you said just joined. Were you talking just joined? Just joined the stream, just joined the membership, just joined as a subscriber. Either way, Sydney, we're glad that you're here. All right. Okay, someone says yes. I meant bleed proof white. So yeah, it's just like a gouache. It is very much acts like a gouache does. So I love the bleed proof white though. I absolutely do love the bleed proof white. Here we go. I gotta turn this back on so that you all can, nope, not that one. So that you all can bear witness. We are going to shuffle these up, and here we go. Are you ready? We're gonna give that a spin. Heather Bryant. Make sure it stops and it's official. Heather Bryant. There we go. Congratulations, Heather Bryant. So I know that you are on Discord already. Just message me. Send me a direct message. I just need your address. I will be ordering this immediately after the stream, and it will be on its way to you. So yay, Heather. I'm super excited for you. Thank you to everybody who entered today. And so there we have Heather Bryant. I am going to turn that off now. I love doing it that way because you guys see it actually happening live. I don't pick it. You see me enter your names and it does it automatically. And we were using wheelofnames.com to choose our winner today, or the person who was our recipient for the gift. So yay, congrats, Heather. Okay. So what do you guys think of this curated collection? I hope you're excited. I hope this is one that you're going to be excited to use. You will see me use this one again. There will either be 2 live streams or at least a live stream and a video at minimum. And Wildflower, yeah, don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered, right, Bob Barker? So there will be at least a couple paintings, paint-alongs that you can do with these. So that is coming again. That'll happen 2 weeks from now. And I tried to do at least 2, bare minimum 2 projects with these. I've done it in the past 2. I've done at least 3. So there's that. We have our Dr. Paige Martin's Hydra set 2. The very big Vision, Strathmore Vision watercolor paper. And of course, our round size 6 Princeton Velvet Touch. Those are the basics in this collection. You can, of course, add on this is the add-on set of brushes. You saw me using the 3/4 wash today. There's a size 4 round, a size 8 long round, which is amazing. These Velvet Touch long rounds have such a such a sharp point to them. I love them. The 3/8 angle shader. So that gives you a variety of shapes and sizes. And then the size 6 I thought was perfect because she fits right in here. And it's not a long round, it's just a regular round, just like the size 4 is. And if you got the one from the last curated collection, look at that. It is the size 10 regular round. You see the difference in the points? See how much longer and slender the long rounds are versus the point where it's just like right here on the regular rounds. That's the difference for those who are wondering, hey, what's the difference? But that would give you, if you've been collecting the brushes from the curated collections, that gives you a set that would now look like this. That is a wonderful collection. I think that you can paint just about anything in watercolor with those. Let me hang my ones that are wet back up to dry over here. And the other add-ons, we had the Dr. Paige Martin's Bleed Proof White. I think we will probably use that in our, well, I may use it in the painting. And if I do, I will talk about ways that you can, if you don't have it, ways that you can do your paintings. So if you're not adding this onto your collection, don't worry. I usually cover it both ways. Then another add-on, we had your choice of palettes, right? Either the butcher's tray or maybe one of the meat-in palettes. Okay, just take my money. Yeah, right? And these were wonderful. If you wanted a palette where you didn't worry about your colors. So see, we talked about the palettes being kind of convex or concave. These have run a little bit, but they kind of stay, for the most part, where I put them. And that's on a plate. Just a plate from the dollar store, which you absolutely can use. If you would like something that would keep your colors contained in wells, because, you know, you don't like your stuff touching like that, this might be a great choice. It is a little ceramic palette by Meeden. It's in the description. And it comes with the lid that you can mix on. If you're fans of Monday Mix, I don't want any spoiler alerts, but you might have just seen an Easter egg there. Stay tuned next Monday. So anyhow, there was that, and I'm like, where did I put the? It's literally Art Supply Jenga over here. Oh, right here. Or another option would have been like a meat-in ceramic tray like this versus a butcher tray. So it would do the same thing, but this too has some taper here. So if you're worried about colors running, then that little meat-in palette is your best bet. Okay. So, oh yeah, Rob says, I love bleed proof white. And then of course, the other add-on, which I thought would be really fun, and I am definitely will include in one of the projects, like how you'd be able to use this. I'm not just like throwing add-ins on there and then saying, good luck with those. We're not going to talk about how to use them. So yeah, it was the Speedball, and it's the Speedball Artist Set. It may look, you know, packaging may vary, but you're going to get the larger handle, which some of them are like a half moon shape, and then some are completely round like this one. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's going to be very hard. Anyways, it's completely round where it pops into the smaller holder. So some of the nibs are like that, but you get the nibs and the two holders. And yeah, we're going to use some of that stuff. So all of this is coming. I can't wait to paint with these supplies with you. If you are getting the curated collection, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and let me know. I read all of your comments and I try to respond to everyone. And yeah, so I'm going to pass on that. Are you talking about the nibs, the dip pens, Rob? If you already have dip pens, you know, it's great. And you don't, if it's not your jam, then again, that's why it's an add-on, right? It is an add-on because you don't have to go there. How can I contact you? Wildflowers asked. Wildflower, do you have Instagram or, yeah, Facebook? Sorry, because you can contact me. You can directly message me through either one of those. I am at Clark_Fine Art on Instagram, and on Facebook, facebook.com/Clark Fine Art will get you to my Facebook page. You can also email me. I'm going to put it right into the live chat. Angela I'm going to be updating my website, so I don't know how long this will be my valid email address, but there we go. I just dropped that in the live chat. It would be Angela at clarkfineart.org, not .com, .org. You could email me directly there. Again, I don't know how long that email is going to be valid because I'm in the process of changing some things with my website, but you could try to email me there if Facebook or Instagram don't work, because I definitely want to get you into the Discord server. And then all of your questions about watercolors and grays and all the things we can help you with, and we'll be thrilled to do so. So can you use normal watercolors with a dip pen? Great question, Tara. And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. If your watercolors let me just show you, since I still have one right here. And whether you're using a glass dip pen or, can I find a pan of watercolors? There are pans everywhere. Well, let me just grab, oh, here we go. My little baby M-gram palette that Shanna made for me. Okay, so I have my watercolors. Right, and that's going to be, all right, we'll go with Payne's Gray. Right, so here's my watercolor. Now this, there's nothing in this, okay? All I have to do with my regular watercolors, right, I can put those right onto my pen. And yes, you can use your regular watercolors with one with a nib like that, or if you had right, so maybe you like the glass ones. If you have a puddle, it's, you know, a puddle of watercolor, it's a lot easier than having to put it on with the brush. But yeah, even with a glass dip pen, you can still use this. So yes, you absolutely can. All right. No, that's not a random question at all. That was a great question. Okay, so no Instagram or Facebook. Then Wildflower, please try to just try to email me like that. That way there. Yeah, just send me an email. But now if you've connected the two, and I do have in the community tab a link that says how to connect your YouTube and Discord. So if you find that and you follow their very easy step-by-step instructions, and if you've already done that, then I'm seeing the little badge that you get by being a channel member next to your name. YouTube and Discord should work together, and it should put you in there automatically. So, and yes, Heather Bryant, you will see it pop up. So Heather asked, could you put the curated box list on Discord? The answer is yes. Over there, you're going to see a channel that says Curated Collection. And as soon as I am done with the stream today, I will be popping all that information over there. You'll see a new thread come up for this Curated Collection, and all the information will propagate over there. And then as I do other videos, all the announcements and the links to those will also be over there. So if you're a member, if you're a channel member or a patron, you can always find that stuff over there. And even if you don't get the Curated Collection, maybe you already have some of the supplies, but or you have your other supplies that you want to use and you just want to paint along. You can absolutely paint along, because those happen. They're free videos here on YouTube. So the Curated Collection always has free videos that you can access here on YouTube. So yeah, I hope that is something that interests you guys, and you will check out the new Curated Collection. Or if you missed one of the last two, you can absolutely check those out, and you can still order them. The first one was, we had Meaden. There was a collaboration with Meaden. You can still order that as well. That was a great value. And there may be another Meaden collaboration coming up in a future collection soon. So I'm excited about that too. And I also shared with you guys that I had a question that I missed last week, and that came from Wildflower. And I'm going to try to push this because it's already getting late. I'm going to try to, let me see if I can answer quickly. So there was a question. I was talking about blues, and I said when I was doing the Yinmin blue that it was a very warm leaning blue. And so Wildflower had said, is there a consensus about cool versus warm blues? Older books seem to think more yellow. Yellow is more warm. So confused. And I caught that after I had already ended the stream, and I felt really bad because I wanted to answer that question. So we're coming back to that. And here you go. If we look at, I'm just going to try to do this as quickly as possible. And once you get into Discord, if you still have questions, you let me know, because we can explain that a lot easier. if we look at our color wheel, and I'm just going to turn this, all right? So we look at, here's red and our green. So we have from our warm colors, they're showing from like red, violet, see it says warm colors, towards yellow. Those are our warm colors. And I'm air quoting for a reason, okay? And oh, thank you, Ian Jackson. Thank you for following on Facebook. And for our cool colors, we go from violet to that yellow green. These are considered cool colors on our color wheel. I'm going to take this off so you guys can see what I'm doing now, because there was the question. So, warm half, cool half. That is just in general. Blues get tricky, because when I'm talking about a blue, right? Now, blue is kind of right in the middle of that cool zone. And this, my warm starts here, right? My cool ends here. When I say a blue, and you can see a lot of manufacturers will tell you this when you're looking up the information about the blue color, it will say it's a warm blue. It leans red. So when I'm looking at a blue, if I can see more red in that blue, or that blue looks more purple, that is a warm leaning blue. And if I look at a blue and I go, that blue kind of looks more like it's shifting towards green, that is a cool blue. So blues for me were the hardest to know, because I'm like, okay, red is a warm color, yellow's a warm color, blue is a cool color. What's my warm blue? What's my cool blue? This all gets into color theory, and there's a way that we can break down a lot of this stuff really easy. And if this is stuff that confuses you guys and you would like a video on it, there was a way that I learned it that made it so much more simplified, and I'd be more than happy to share that in an actual video. So, in relation to blues, because that's where this question came into play. If you see a blue that looks more purple or reddish, that's actually a warm blue. And if you see a blue that looks more greenish, leaning towards the yellow, that is actually a cool blue. I just think of it as it leans towards purple and it's going towards red, this is warm. And if it leans towards green, that is cool. I hope that helped. And Kitty says, yes, please do the video. I will do one, because it's very we can really like look at a lot. Like, see this right here, this cobalt blue. To me, this is a cool blue. When I look at that, it looks more greenish, like it's almost neutral, where I'm not seeing more green or red, but it's like it's going more. And there's ways to help you mix a neutral red and a neutral blue. We can discuss all of that stuff. I'll do it in a video and share it with you. I am just looking for I'm gonna grab, does this one have a good example? Yes. Okay, so here is the My Merry Blue palette that I have. And just so you can see the difference, let me put on my glasses so I make sure I'm grabbing the right color to show you. So Faience Blue, kind of like Seance for all of you who remember that video. If I put that down, like, am I seeing it in that one? Like Ultramarine is a warm blue. Phthalo Blue green shade, green, it is a cooler blue. So if I look at right here, right, this is that Phthalo Blue. This is a much cooler blue. You see the difference? If that answer is still no, we'll dive deeper in a video all on its own. And I will put it on my list as soon as we're done so that I can remember to do that. Prussian blue, how does that look? See, when I look at the two of these in comparison, like this looks more like a cooler blue. this Prussian blue. See that? Like, if I'm comparing these three, it would be warmer than this one. I really hope that that helped to answer that question for you, Wildflower. And again, if not, when you get into the Discord server, you just ask more questions and we will help you out. Ian says, does anyone else use a camera lucida to help with sketching? I have used it before. I have used one before to do that. Sometimes I will just do tracing and transfer paper to do my, like, to transfer my reference to paint. But yeah, that's correct. Okay, so yeah, we will do a video diving more into warm colors, cool colors, some basic color theory stuff, and how to figure it out. Because a lot of times you go, well, wait a minute, I want to mix orange. We all learned in school, right? Red and blue, purple, red and yellow, orange, yellow and blue, green. And sometimes we just grab those because we don't know enough about our pigments and our different reds and blues. And we get these, like, it's okay if you want a muted color, but sometimes we get these colors that look a little muddy and you can't figure out why. Like, every time I mix it, it's not coming out right. And I can absolutely show you something really quick and easy that is going to help you figure that out. So it will be added to my list as soon as I'm done, so that I can remember to record that. And for those of you who are still here, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Digital projectors, yeah, some also use the digital projectors to do that, and that's great when you're trying to, like, get an image bigger. I think a lot of times if I'm working on something that's larger than my monitor for me to be able to get it onto a piece of tracing paper, then I'll use the projector, and then the projector can get my lines there because it's going bigger. But if I'm using something that is, like, within the size of my monitor, I will put the tracing paper right on my monitor and turn the lights off and trace it. And then with the, if it's a size that I can print out, like on 8.5 by 11 or smaller, then I'll just print it off on the printer and then turn that into a piece of transfer paper. So yeah. Okay. I think that is it for today. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you're going to give this curated collection a try. If you order it, we will be working with these together in 2 weeks. So the live stream 2 weeks from now. But next week, I have something special to share with you. It is something completely different. I don't think we've really worked with them before, and I am very excited to do so. I will have a giveaway next week as well. Again, these will not be normal occurrences here, but I do coincidentally have another one coming up next week, so I hope you'll come back and join me for that. We will be using the same kind of entry system and giveaway selection for that. So there we have it. Thank you so much to both Tara. I hope you get to feeling better soon. And Joseph, the moderators for the channel. Their links are in the description below. Definitely check out their channels and say hi over there. If you had fun today, please give the video a like. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. I have a big goal, big goal by the end of the year. My goal is like hit 5,000 subscribers. I can't do that unless you guys click that little button. And so that's all in your hands. This is my goal, but it's in your hands. So I invite you to help me reach that, and maybe click that button if you're interested in coming back and hanging out with us, and turn on the notifications so you'll get notified when I do have my live streams and videos, and you can join us for that. Huge thank you to patrons and channel members. I can't do this without you guys. And also, can I just add a big thank you to those of you who are using the links in the description, because you absolutely help fund this channel, and I couldn't do it without you either. So very big thank you to you too. The links never cost you more, but they do help out a lot. So thank you so much for using them. I appreciate you all. I will see you again next week. And I'm going to pop another video up right about there for those of you watching on the replay. And until next time, my friends, keep creating. I will see you in a video or stream real soon. Bye, guys.